one's gonna work. I think you guys are gonna have to go there. Welcome back to my channel. So I filmed this video yesterday and it was a hot mess, so I am refilming it today. I composed my thoughts and so it's gonna be better. It's gonna be better. Okay, so today what I was gonna talk to you guys about, since I don't know, some of you might wonder this kind of stuff. I don't know. But, like, how to go about starting wedding planning. I'm about 100 days out from my wedding. So I feel like I kind of have a grasp on it now. Here, I'm gonna move you guys. Can you see me? Yeah. So I feel like I kind of have a grasp on it now. So I'm just gonna tell you guys, like, 5 steps to start wedding planning and getting that all done. So let's get to it. So, wedding planning. If you look online, like what I did, and okay, I have to open a little bit of window because it's a little toasty in here. Okay, so if you guys look online to oh, that feels so much better. If you guys look online to, like, how to start wedding planning, the thing they say to do first is make a budget. And that's my advice to you guys: make a budget first. I was so lost when it came to making a budget. Like, I didn't know what anything was gonna cost or how much I should put for photography or cake or the venue. So what I did was, since we knew that we wanted to have a barn wedding, I looked at numerous barns around the area and kind of determined, determined the price that I didn't want to go over for the whole venue. And so that narrowed down our options quite a bit. I think we had 3 barns that we were looking at, and one was like right at the top, and then the other one was like, I don't know, it was kind of there, but it didn't have, so the one we ended up choosing has like big spacious grounds, and our second option was, it was really pretty and it was really cute, but it just didn't have the big spacious grounds to it. So we ended up going with the wedding venue that we did. And then from there I kind of did like other research on, like, if I wanted, like, looking at like photographers, see what some of them cost. We were fortunate enough to have like a family friend of Brandon's to offer us a discounted price to do our photography, so that's always good. And then, like, we originally we like cut out some costs, so we weren't going to have a DJ and just like play a playlist on one of our phones. But then somebody offered us their services for free, so we're like, why not? So we're getting that now. But, like, I don't know, I have like a certain max price in my head that I didn't want to go over. I personally didn't want to go over, or I wanted to be like right around $10,000 for the whole wedding. The traffic's kind of loud since I opened these windows. But, so I didn't want to go over, or I wanted to be like right around $10,000. And that's not like all that I'm paying. I'm paying for most of the wedding just because my parents put me through 4 years of college. I'm grateful for that, so I don't feel like they necessarily need to pay for all of my wedding. So, but they're paying for some of it, like for food. The next step after you've determined your budget is to pick a venue. I think it's more or less if you have a very specific venue in mind, because like we picked a date first, So we were going to get married October 13th of 2018. And we got engaged in 2019. And so we went like early November to look at places around, and they were all booked up for 2018. It was very stressful. So like we could have gotten our date, and it was very discouraging, which, by the way, our venue that we have now became available like 2 months before October 13th, and that date became available, but that's okay. So we are now, so we like came back, reevaluated, kind of determined what we wanted for our own wedding. So I knew I wanted a barn. I knew I wanted the venue that I wanted, because multiple reasons that I'm not gonna tell you guys. No, I'm just kidding. It's just very family friendly. The people that own it are actually related to me, so we really wanted it there. So part of our thing is like, so my dad works in agriculture, so I couldn't have my wedding in the spring because that would be a hot mess trying to get everything done by then and make time for that. And then summer kind of was like still busy, so closer to the fall, but we didn't want they had higher fall prices than what we wanted to pay. So it's like right on the cusp between summer and fall, and it's like perfect. And yeah, so our venue, the reason why venue is important because to do next is because sometimes they dictate your dates. Ours dictated the amount of people that we could invite, so, well, mainly because I'm cheap, but we can have 200 chairs set up for our ceremony, and then after that we have to pay like $10 per chair, which is ridiculous. So we only invited like right around 200 people. And then with our venue, they also like dictated who could cater there, or, well, kind of. They had like 2 or 3 options of like preferred caterers. Otherwise you'd have to pay extra to get somebody else to bring catering in. But the caterer we wanted anyways was a preferred caterer there, so we didn't have to pay extra for that. So to determine that, it determined what was I saying? I don't know. Here, hang on. I think that's it about the venue. That's like one of the things that you should get first. And then the next thing you should do is like get your big item vendors, because those tend to book up really fast, like your venue does too. So like your photographers, if you're doing a DJ, or band, we'll do a band. Your caterer, your florist. We just did our florist like a month ago. So like that's not like too priority, but you still want it quite ahead of time. Sorry, I'm eating. A lot of people use like online sites to find like vendors and stuff. So like hair and makeup and stuff like that. I didn't really find it helpful, but like Zola and other stuff, they seem to be more catered towards people who have like a year or less long engagements, and mine was a lot longer than that, so I just didn't feel like it was very helpful. So I didn't end up using any of those sites, but I did join. I found a couple groups on Facebook where there was other brides that joined them and they were getting married, and why does this do that? And so I joined those, and those people on there were really helpful when you ask questions, and you could give advice yourself and whatnot, so definitely look for But yeah, I didn't really use a whole lot of online tools. Like, there's this thing called, I think it's called Thumbtack. I think it's called Thumbtack, where like they help you like find photographers or makeup artists or DJs and whatnot. And I live in a very small town, and yeah, so it just wasn't very helpful. Like, everything was based out of Chicago or in Indianapolis, and those are both like 3 hours away. So if you live in a big city, that would probably help you, but it did not help me. And then the fourth thing that you need to do to start preparing stuff is start thinking of like small stuff, so like how you want to wear your hair, do your makeup, what colors you want to choose. Guys, you can always change this stuff. You're just thinking. I swear I changed my colors 5 times. Like, it was bad. Brandon was like, what colors are we doing? I tell him. He'd ask like 2 weeks later. I'm like, oh, it's something different. I changed my mind. He's like, okay. But, yeah. You can always change stuff unless you're like a month out, then it should probably be set in stone. But you can always change stuff. I have like a whole Pinterest board. I might link it down here so you guys can go check out my Pinterest board of my wedding stuff and like kind of see like my ideas and whatnot. I think I might start doing that. Yeah. So check the description box below if you want to check out my wedding Pinterest board. I'll try to remember to put it in there. Yeah. The small stuff I feel like takes the longest because there's a bunch of back and forth and just tiny decisions. Like, yeah. So, and then the fifth thing for wedding planning is to remember that at the end of the day, all that's going to matter is that you get to marry your best friend. I have to keep reminding myself this because sometimes I get a little stressed out. Like, why does it really matter if I'm wearing shoes or not, type of thing, or what kind of shoes I'm wearing. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, I get to marry my best friend, so it'll be perfect no matter what. So just remember that, okay, guys? Okay, well, I think that is it. I hope this went a little bit better than the last one did. I don't know. We'll see. So, yes, thank you for watching. I'll tag my Instagram. My Instagram was always tagged in the bottom. But I'll tag my Instagram, my Pinterest wedding board, and all that jazz. And if you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't, I mean, that's sad. But you should subscribe because maybe you like my other videos, right? Yeah. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Ooh, I should do this with subscribe button. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye!